there, it's April
and Linda
from Blacksburg Bell, and we are going to show you how to do a really fun project today. We are going to make Halloween masks.
Ooh.
So, to make these masks yourself, you're going to want to get this. You can probably find them at your local craft store. I got them at Ben Franklin. And then you're going to want to have a bunch of other stuff. So you're going to want to have a craft knife. You're going to want to have Mod Podge and some foam brushes, scissors,
April.
stencil, scrap paper, book pages, anything that you want to decorate with, glitter, because we love glitter, maybe a sponge if you want to add paint with a sponge, a paint tray, a water jar, and you're going to need a cutting mat, a self-healing cutting mat, so that when you cut, you have a place to do it.
What happens if you don't have one of those, April? What else could you use?
I don't know. Do you have an idea?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
You could use a piece of corrugated cardboard. You could drop by your local frame place, and chances are they have mat board, the scrap mat board. And so if you don't have one of those, then an alternative would be that. Or, hey, what about a cutting board from your kitchen?
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see why not.
Okay. Let's get creative with this, April.
All right. So now we're going to show you. Oh, and I also have these little rosettes just because I've made them out of scraps of fabric. But just anything, any scraps of anything that you have lying around, ribbon, anything. And you'll want some different paints too to add to it. We've got our paints back here behind us.
Yes, and we have our ribbon back here too, April.
Yes. All right, so we're going to get started. Okay, so we're going to start with our foam brushes, and we're just going to put Mod Podge over top of our mask, and then put the paper on it, and then we're going to let it dry. So let's do this.
Okay.
You want to liberally put Mod Podge on there. Now once you get some of this on there, you just put the paper right on it so that the side that you want is facing out, facing up. And then you're going to let this dry. And then after it dries, you're going to cut around the paper. And then you're going to apply a top coat of Mod Podge to seal it. And then you're going to let that dry. So let's see, where do I want that? And don't worry, if when you're cutting around it, some of the paper isn't all the way stuck, don't worry at all. You can just put on another coat. It's not a big deal. Plus, you're going to be painting over top of this. You're going to be adding all kinds of stuff on top of it. So this isn't going to look like this anyways. Okay, so we're back. Basically where we're at is we have applied paper to our mask using Mod Podge. And then we used a craft knife to cut it out very easily. Took us just a couple minutes. And then we applied another coat of Mod Podge on top. So now we're going to do a little bit of decorating our masks by adding a little paint to them. Okay, so I want to definitely paint this bottom part. And I am super messy when I paint.
Are you?
I just let it go wherever.
Okay. Well, do it.
I'm not the type of person who paints within the lines.
I'm going to take mine, and I'm one for finishing. And I just need to have these edges kind of covered. I just couldn't wear my mask without having that, April, so I'm going to just kind of do that. Ooh. Grab the handle. Talk about messy. Whoa.
Okay, so the next step for us is to let our paint dry, and then we're gonna add some doodads to our masks.
Doodads.
So we're gonna let this dry, you let your paint dry, and then we'll be back in a sec for doodads. Alright, let's add some doodads.
Okay.
So I'm gonna add one of these little rosettes because I'm super girly. And I just can't not do it.
I
Can't help
know.
myself.
I know you can't.
So I'm just gonna add a little glue to the back of this
Okay.
sucker.
And I'm going to put some glue right here.
Hold this down for a hot second.
Could you use a hot glue gun with that too, April? If you
Oh
wanted
yes.
to?
Oh yes.
Okay.
In fact, that's what I would actually use probably. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of this glitter gel here. Ah, I love glitter.
Don't you love it?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
I love it too. I don't know how old this is, but it's
Listen,
fun.
it's doing the job. So push yours over a little bit so that they can
okay.
see. I like how you added paint swirls right here.
To pick up the design.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
Well, I didn't have a lot of this paper, but I like the way it, and I like the way this flows here.
Mm-hmm.
This side doesn't flow as nicely, so it could be that I need something, you know, more to make.
Trick or treat! This is April
And Linda,
from Blacksburg Belle. Happy Halloween!